Good morning. It is Saturday morning. We've got the weekend staring us down, and we've got weather that's a little bit all over the plate. We got smoke in the Great Lakes region, got heat in the southeast. We've got some fires burning in California, but cool and mild again today in the Bay Area, in the Central California, in Redding. Bakersfield will touch 100 degrees today. Redding will go 98, Sacramento 95. Not bad. That's Saturday. And you know what's going to happen in Sacramento tomorrow? 95 again. Los Angeles be, well, actually 93. It'd be a little cooler tomorrow. LA 80 degrees today, and then San Diego 76. I had a few thunderstorms yesterday afternoon. This is from yesterday. This is, where are we? We're at Oven Lid, which I kind of just west of, in the hills above Red Bluff. Kind of you're looking out into the Central Valley, but you did see, maybe you didn't see it, the thunderstorms developed late last night or last afternoon. Isn't that awesome? That valley is amazing. This is, again, looking from the coastal hills. Now, this will take you to the current time now. And you'll see the sun coming up, and now you're looking at the North Valley, and not as much moisture. Let's look at it one more time. So there was a lot of moisture yesterday morning. You can kind of see it here, and that's what led to these cumulus clouds, and then the afternoon buildup in the convection. And then today, when you look at the morning sky, you see less cloud cover, less moisture, right? This is this morning. Where is it? So less moisture in the area. Not a great chance of thunderstorms today or the next couple of days. Things are mellowing out, but there's been, after a couple of days from Redding to Red Bluff to Butte County, scattered showers and thunderstorms. That's done for today, or should be done for today. And you can see that based on this live camera from just west of Red Bluff. What do we got? I'm going to move this first of all. Hope you're having a good day. I went down and saw Dad yesterday. Ooh, that's what I'll do. I got to take a good picture of Dad. Dad picture. I have to stick it in post. But no, he's doing pretty good. He's pretty good, 98 years old. So that was fun. He's good for I got him for a couple hours, about 2 or 3 hours, and that's about it. And he just gets tired, which at 98. It's really, what's interesting is watching, because he's such a good attitude. He's pretty content. He's not in pain. It's just watching this whole process play out is really fascinating. Seeing him, he's just slowing down. It's like he's 98. You can just see he's not hurting. He's not scared. He's not sad. He's kind of just in the moment. But it's like, it's amazing. The body's just he's awake a little less time, a little less time, a little less time. And then, of course, we know where it ends up, but it's kind of beautiful. It really is. It really is. Okay, so national map. Here's this low. It's a little warmer today. The last couple of days have been a little warmer. We're seeing 90s in the Central Valley, low 100s down towards Bakersfield. We'll look at those temperatures. We'll look at the air quality up here in the Great Lakes region. Some thunderstorms down here in Florida and down by Georgia. We've got some heat advisories. We got Hurricane Gill down here. A little bit of smoke up around Bakersfield, kind of down towards the Central Coast Hills. We'll look at that, and we'll move on. Okay. All right. A little earlier this morning. Oh, this is that. Let's go back to the Hurricane Gill. Is this going to bring us swell? Yeah, it could. It's a Category 1 hurricane. It is moving, which way is it going? Northwest at 20 miles an hour. It's moving pretty good. But once these hurricanes get out underneath Point Conception, so if you look here, if you're a surfer, so you go, well, because we're getting, right now, a lot of our swells have been coming from the southern hemisphere. This is northern hemisphere. So we get south of the equator, down by New Zealand and those areas, this swell's coming from down here. These localized hurricanes start to produce swell if they sit in this window. So right now, that's a good window. And that swell is going to get to Santa Cruz. That swell is going to get into Trussels if it sits here long enough. What you really want if you're a surfer is if that bad boy just, the reason I went ooh when I saw northwest at 20 miles an hour, it's like, oh, it's moving. You want that bad boy going 5 miles an hour, just sitting there and throwing up swell. So there'll be some swell from it, but I don't suspect a big event for us from Hurricane Gill, which it's moving into cooler waters as well. So it should die down, should make it out to the Hawaiian Islands. Okay, there it is. A lot of fog this morning. You can't see it. I'm up early enough that you're not seeing the visible satellite well. I'm just seeing what's here, but we can go see the visible picture well, right? It's a little shallower marine layer today. Bill, how do you know? Well, there's Mill Valley's in here, and you can see that hill. Last couple of mornings we've looked at this picture. This is San Francisco over here. This is Pacifica here. The avenues here, and here's Mill Valley. In Mill Valley, that hill is about 1,800 feet. We're at 2,500 feet at the top of Mount Tamalpais, and so it's a little shallower. Simple. So let's look at the pretty picture. Hope you got a cup of coffee in hand. Hope you got a good day planned out. I don't know what I'm going to do today. That's the thing about being retired is I get to do things during the week. Okay, beautiful. A little deeper, and then you see it shallowing out. You start to see the headlands poking through. And those are roughly 1,500, 1,800, 1,500 feet, the headlands, maybe 13. Not beautiful. That's Mother Nature, man. It's awesome. So we go to the profiler. That was a live picture, up to live. It's a time lapse of this morning. And then we come here, and you're going, wow, I can do this by myself. Yeah, you can. Here's the profiler on my links page, top of the marine layer. It's around 1,900 feet. Yeah. Because remember, Mount Tam is about this tall. So we're looking down on the top of that marine layer. Does that make sense? Okay. And then this is yesterday, about this time. And then this is, yesterday, last night. Shallowed out a little this morning and then came back. Okay. So subtle changes, which means, first of all, we're going to be having subtle changes and not a big change. But with that, not a big change is coming better fire danger, greater air quality. I mean, it's awesome. Spare the air days. I can't even count how many we've had this year, but it's been so few, which is really unusual. And these are the highs forecast for today. I was thinking about how cool this summer has been, and I can't remember one. I've been around, dude. I've been around. I mean, I can remember 82. Was it 82? I think it was 82. Gosh, I can't remember exactly. Weather memories are short. But either way, these are the highs for today, and a little bit warmer. Bakersfield, 98. I think I got 100 on one of the models today that forecast. So we'll see some low 100s down in the south end of the valley. Heat advisories down towards Thermal, Parker, Quartzsite down in here. The forecast for tomorrow, a little cooler. And these are just subtle perturbations. We got some cool stuff to look at today. I've been playing around with some Earth cameras and just trying to find things to entertain us. Because summer, I said this the other day, people used to go, oh my God, man, you must be so stoked during the summer because there's hardly any weather, your job's easy, job's brutal. Because especially on television, because you got to hold everybody's attention, right? You guys are cool because you're drinking coffee and hanging out, but you still try to hold your attention. But on television, it was like bam, bam, bam. And it's like, there's no bam, bam, bam when there's no weather. It's like, yeah, it's going to be partly sunny, 67 in San Francisco, 75 in Oakland, like it was yesterday. I mean, it was difficult. I loved weather days because you have live radar, you have live reports from people, you have video of rain and wind and snow and whatever. This is like, whoa, just another awesome day, right? Okay, so here is the GFS. You know this map. I hope you like it. I hope you're starting to understand that would be a good comment to leave. And I'm not doing this because the algorithm says you want comments, because the algorithm says you want comments and likes and stuff. That'd be cool too. But I'm doing it because I'm curious if this 500 millibar GFS vorticity map, because I do it every day, I want to know if it resonates with you and if you understand it, because you don't have to understand everything, because I don't understand everything, but I definitely understand the basic idea that if there's a trough here, right here, and a ridge here, it's going to be kind of cooler here, going to be kind of warmer, that kind of thing. And that's all we're doing is we're going out into the future and watching. So that'd be that'd be solid if you can do that. Just go, hey, yes, I like it, but I'm not sure. The profiler is the one that I get the most pushback on. It's really useful, but it's a hard one to visualize just because it's that three-dimensional thinking again. Okay, so today, here's Bay Area, California, Southern California. See the trophiness? Trophiness. So I'm not stopping down because there's no changes. There's a little change right about here. So somewhere around August 9th, 10th, it should start to warm up pretty significantly, and some monsoonal moisture flow should be kind of, so somewhere around the 9th next weekend, right? It's a ways off. But yeah, it looks pretty warm. And then a trough digs back down. See it? That little red area down into Southern California, Point Conception. So it's really, I mean, the changes are subtle. And truthfully, it's been changing day in, day out. So let's, you know what I do? Persistence. It's just what it is, man. It's like it's been what we've been getting is what we're going to keep getting, which has been awesome for Cal Fire, which has been awesome for Bay Area Management District. Been awesome for you guys down in Southern California. It's been a good run. Some pretty big heat in the desert, but that's, I mean, it's the desert, right? That's why people live there. People love that stuff. Okay, so this is the, what I got here, the GFS. Not very granular, but this is the state of California. I know it's hard to see. The reds are the hot, right? So this is right now. Let's go to this afternoon. This is the forecast. So right, that footprint right there. See it? And then here's the coastal footprint. That footprint right there, that's what today is going to look like. So just you don't even have to think about the numbers. Just go, okay, well, what's tomorrow going to look like? Let's go to tomorrow afternoon. Right there. Same thing, right? A little cooler, actually. See the purple area is kind of segmented, a little more of a sea breeze cutting off into Sacramento. So I'm just looking at really, like these blobs here, that's the heat, right? Everything else is where we've been. And then this is the sea breeze kind of separating. Normally that purple would be attached, but it's not because there's going to be a bit of a sea breeze. So that's Sunday afternoon. So more the weekend's the same. This is Monday afternoon, a little cooler, right? So notice that. So we go here, 96 in Bakersfield, 98 in Bakersfield, 96 up in Redding. So just steady as she goes. That is Monday afternoon. Tuesday afternoon, same. Steady as she goes. Wednesday afternoon. Okay, you get the idea, right? That looks a little warmer. No, not really. Okay, here we go. There's some heat. That's on Friday. Oh, yeah, right. We're on the 9th. Remember we talked about a chance for warm up on the GFS, and I showed you that little ridge building out. And that's then this model. Well, obviously it's the same model. It's just showing it in isotherms, but you can see the purples checking in. So buck 3 in Redding, buck 5 in Redding, 108 in Fresno. The valley isn't segmented now because the sea breeze has been cut off, so you're not going to see a split in this area. So this is on my map. This is on College of DuPage website. This model you can use. You can run the North America model. You can run the GFS. You can run the Euro. You can run a bunch of different models with showing temperatures. I mean, so you got to pluck around a little bit. I'd love to take you through every model little bit by little bit, but I think we're doing enough of the basic stuff that you're gonna. It's repetitive. This stuff all kind of rolls the same way. You know. So the more you look at them, the more you get them. So anyway, what did we just say? More of the same. See? Now, if I was on TV and had to say that in 3 minutes, you go, that's easy. It's actually not easy. It's not easy because you're digging. You're looking for stuff, man. Okay, there's Gill. Maybe it is a hurricane, Cat 1, but it's moving pretty quick. Couple, we used to call that double-barreled low, right? 2 lows up here. See them both spinning that way. All right. And then the Chicago air quality bad. I looked into the Canadian wildfires. It sounds like they're having a run up there in Canada in terms of fires. It's the biggest fire season they've had ever recorded. Second biggest ever recorded. 15 million acres. It's smoky, and the smoke's moving into our area. The fires up there are prolific, and they're going to continue. It's been hot and dry up there as well. Chicago's going to be 78 degrees, and they're going to be dealing with just air quality. It's not hot, but it's humid and muggy. And then here is the heat, red flag warning, extreme heat warning here. And then this is down towards Palm Springs, Palm Desert, eastern Oregon, out towards Burns and Boise, Idaho. You've got red flag warnings, thunderstorms, wind advisory, red flag warning, and yada, 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 right? And what's this green? Let's see what the green is. I can't remember. Is that floods of severe threat today? Be alert. Rapidly changing conditions, having multiple ways to receive alerts. Severe weather outlook. Hydrologic. So they're having thunderstorms. storm potential today. Okay. Yeah. We did that. Hope you're having a good day. And then, okay, here, look at this. I mean, this is 15 million acres. Look at that. And that's a lot of smoke. That's a lot of smoke. And it is impacting the U.S. We've talked about that. Now, this is an interesting thing. And this smoke all the way down into Mississippi is coming from the Canadian plate. West Coast, unreal in terms of smoke, not smoke, if you will, for this time of year. I would, usually we got it going on, but that pattern we just looked at. So here are the watches and warnings and things like that. Let's go to some heat down here in Miami. Let's see what they're up against. We'll look at the heat advisory. Let's look at the temperatures. When you got a heat advisory in Florida, you got something going on. 90-degree temperature. This is Naples. 90-degree temperature. RH 60%. That's not bad. But 90 degrees is hot in Florida. So what else we got? 88, 90. Let's check out. Sometimes it's sort of like voyeuristic because I kind of like seeing like yesterday, 2 days ago, maybe it was yesterday, we saw Memphis at like 90 degrees with 78% humidity. I'm like, what? It'd be brutal. So what do we got here? Okay, this is Texas. This is Cali, Alice International Airport in Mexico, or in Texas, southern Texas. 88 degrees and RH, relative humidity 66%. So pretty hot, pretty hot. These are the forecast highs for today. Yeah, nice quiet day today. What else I got going on? Yeah, I didn't surf yesterday. I went down to Dad's in Santa Cruz, so usually I jump in for a couple of waves, but okay, it's so small. It's really small. Like there's the South Energy, but it came up a little today. You'll see it on the models, but it was like, that's the first time I've ever gone to Santa Cruz. And I even took a giant longboard. I was going to get on a longboard, which I haven't done in a long time, but I'm starting to get frothy for surf. And the kids start school in my neighborhood. They're back at school in like 2 or 3 weeks, which is secretly kind of awesome because then it's not as crowded in the water. I know. It's very selfish. Okay, this is Atlanta, Georgia. And you can see kind of smoky, hazy. Atlanta today, what are they going to go? They're going to go 90 degrees. They're 75 degrees now. And Centennial Park, Atlanta. That's pretty. I like seeing all the people out. It's, of course, the time difference is 10:58 in the morning there. Let's look at the air quality, because that's a thing. Let's see what we got here. Boop. There we go. So, yeah. So a little bit air quality issues down in Southern California. A little bit. I did see some smoke down there. I was looking at some of that. I think some of that smoke coming from it's hard to say. There's still a few fires burning, but not bad. The west is good. It's this area. And, I mean, look how much it's impacting all the way into Missouri and Nebraska. This is bad air quality. And it's coming from that Canadian smoke. Really bad. So I can show you a smoke. I think I got a smoke model. Do I have a smoke model? Oh, we did the smoke model. Sorry. You're screaming at your chat going, God, Bill, we did the smoke model. Okay, so there is Centennial Park, PurpleAir, and we did Centennial Park. Now we're going to do the fires. And there's a little bit. This fire is interesting. This is watchduty.org. This is the Gifford fire. This is a pretty good sized fire, 12,000 acres, 5% containment. It's pretty good size. I'm not worried about the weather so much. It's kind of east of Santa Maria. And that's, that area, right? It's pretty remote. It's hilly. Terrain's rugged. But you're not into any big communities there. That's a big fire. And again, I suspect when they let in the fires, 12,000 acres is pretty big. This fire's been around for a little while. I suspect that they are letting it letting it do as much control burn as they can. This is a picture from last night. So keep an eye on that. We'll go back here. We'll load up this. This is the 6 to 10 day outlook. Above average, and we saw that, right? Because somewhere around the 9th, this is the 7th through the 11th, somewhere around the 9th it starts to warm up, is what it looks like, the 9th of August. So in this case, the first couple of days, the 7th and 8th will be kind of like this, and then the 9th, 10th, and 11th should be a little above average. Let's just do it. And this is suggesting that too, the temperature outlook. In terms of rainfall, below average, I get that because it's going to be hard to get above average when we haven't had any really much of a monsoonal flow. This is the forecast. This is the wave forecast, and I just usually show you this. I like showing you this, number one, because then you become aware that there is what we call a southern hemisphere, and it is winter down there, right? There's Australia, South America. Sometimes it's funny. Like I don't want to be all what's the word for it? Provincial. But I've never been to Australia. I've never been to Peru. And you kind of forget it's all going on. There's a whole nother deal, and it's not summer, it's winter. It's winter down there. And that's where the storms are. That's why you see all the red. And these are the waves. And so when you're just looking I was looking at energy yesterday, southern swell energy, but now I'm looking at wave height, and you can see not much going on. I bet we could pick out Gill. Yeah, there's Gill right there. Let's see if I can move that. Let's see. Sorry about this. So there's Gill right there. Is that right? I think that's Gill. Yeah, and that's the swell coming off of it. And you see it trying to move north. See it? And that's a good. Now it's starting to get going. That's on Sunday, Monday. So that's Hurricane Gill. There is a window, but let's see if that swell comes in our direction. See it kind of pushing up a little bit. It's moving too quick. See, it throws up some swell certainly down around Point Conception. My friends at the ranch in Santa Barbara will get some stuff out the river mouth in Ventura. Right. So you see now, if this thing had just stayed bullseye and just stopped here, I've seen that happen before. Not stop, but they slow down. Like this right now is going 20 miles an hour to the west. That thing slows down, spends a couple days spinning right in that area. You're going to get yourself some swell. It's awesome. It's interesting how that's the best thing about surfing is you connect everything. You start connecting the dots. Even when I was a little kid and I was just learning, you go, oh, southern hemisphere swell, their winter, hurricanes, this direction, that direction, speed of the wind, you fetch. You just start connecting planetary dots, right? Teleconnections. You start doing that, and that changes you. That's why I think surfing is so. This is Linda Marr. Uh-oh. See if I can get it to play. This is not going to go good. Oh, not bad. Look at you. I think that's why people love surfing so much. And it was a religion for us back in the day, but you love it because it connects you. You have to. It's not as much now because you have wave cameras and forecast ones, but in the old days, we had our Midland, Texas Instruments, Midland Radio Shack weather radio. You guys know what I'm talking about. And that's all you had. That's all you had. We didn't have cell phones. And you had no way of knowing what was going on other than, I had a way because I was a meteorologist, so I'd cheat, and I had surface maps, and I figured out a lot. But you had no way of knowing, and it was magical. It was magical. Now it's still magical, but you don't have to understand the process as much, which I think is a lot of the magic of surfing. Like you go to a camera. I couldn't even have dreamt of cameras. I used to just get in the car and drive and hope to God. I had some idea. Like, oh, my radio says west winds. Okay, I'm going on and on. I kind of like that shot just because it's mellow. Nobody's barking. Everybody's just like, yeah, it's a good day. What are you doing tonight? I don't know. What are you doing tonight? I think I might go for a run after this. I was thinking about going to In-N-Out and getting a double-double. Okay. I know. I think that sometimes that's kind of that vibe right there. Okay, and then this is Bliss State Park. Let's take a look at the last 24. This is from yesterday. So see if any of that subtropical moisture. There it is. Ooh, it's feeding the valley. That's where those thunderstorms are coming from. Look at that. That's nice. You got out over the valley and really lit up. Now it's coming overnight, and now we go to today, this morning, eventually. Beautiful sunrise and Lake Tahoe. Come on. Prettiest lake in the world? Okay, it is. This is, where was I here? I had this. This is down by, I gotta check it. I think this is down by Bakersfield. Yeah, kind of looking out towards Bakersfield. Whoops, no, I screwed it up. No, I did it. No, I did it. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that. Then I get here again. Okay, so this is looking out in the valley towards Bakersfield. And I wanted to show you this because there is some of that smoke coming. There's a fire out in those hills. We saw that. And you'll see some of the smoke sort of load up here. This is the last 24 hours. See that smoke coming off of the coast. There's a good sized fire over there. And then this morning, and still a little bit of smoke. So air quality not awesome in Bakersfield. Jellyfish, can relax. So we talked about a lot. I think we did. What did we learn today? Canadian wildfires, 15 million acres. Second worst fire season they've had in recorded history in Canada. We learned that. What did we learn? I like to learn things. I think we saw that. I think we didn't have a visible satellite, so we had to use the profiler in the live camera, right? If you don't have all your tools, sometimes you don't have them. You have other tools, so that you learn to triangulate. And I hope you are learning this. I hope you are. That's everything you could drop me. If you guys are, because what I really my goal in all this is to just demystify this stuff. Like, it's all there. It's all available to you. And it's no different than a road map. And once you start looking at a road map and you start driving around, you learn how to use a road map. You go, oh, that's a dirt road. Oh, that's a gravel road. Same thing with weather. Oh, that's a surface map. Oh, that's a 500 millibar vorticity. You don't have to know how the map was made, which I weirdly know a lot of that only because that's what you learn in school is how they build the models and stuff. But all you need to know is to be able to read the map. And what we're learning to do here is, I hope, and let me know if it's going that way too, if you're learning to read the map. Or we're just having an awesome time looking at pictures, because that's cool too. Manhattan Beach, I think there is a surf contest down there today. And the swell, yeah, it's kind of small. It's going to come up a little bit next couple of days. And then we go look at the bears. And I think that's one of the cubs. This is Brooks River. I'm running out of time, but there's a big fat bear. I'll leave him up for a while. If I cut out, I'm going to leave him up. Isn't it amazing? They can just get whatever they want. And it's amazing that they're going, I don't care if he's there or not. It's so, this instinct of these sockeye salmon is, right? I mean, I guess we all have it. Ours is something different. He just grabbed one. They must wound a lot. Yeah, he's got one there. Jeez. Okay, I'm going to roll. I'll leave this up for a little bit because I think my camera's going to go out on me. I'll see you back here.